Hello, my sweet friends, and happy Friday to everyone. In my last video on Wednesday, I shared a tutorial on a book base that I created with a favor bag for parties that I had found in a little resale shop when we went across country with Army Son. So everyone seemed to really enjoy that base. It was super easy to put together, and I was excited to go online and see if I could find some additional colors of bag, as I just had the craft one and I did like that, but I tend to prefer a more neutral base or maybe more holiday themed. So I checked on the old interweb and I really didn't find anything. I was so shocked. I really thought that I was going to be able to find party favor bags in every color. And so I went to Amazon first because, you know, free shipping and next day delivery. And I didn't see anything there. And that was kind of odd. But I thought, well, maybe the Dollar Tree, because they do have all those party supplies. I checked online. I didn't go into the store, but they didn't have anything either. They did have character bags or plastic bags or bags with gussets and handles. So pretty much everything except what I wanted to find. And so as a last resort, I looked at Party City. I don't know if those are available nationwide, but I thought I'd give it a try because, you know, they have so many different supplies for parties and weddings, and I didn't see anything there either. And I was really quite shocked. And then I was disappointed with myself because I had brought a tutorial to my friends that they would not be able to recreate with supplies that they could get. So I thought to myself, I really got to recreate that bag so that we can make this base together. So I thought about some different supplies and I landed on printer paper. I think that will work really well for everyone because pretty much everyone has a printer, and so that is a easily available supply that we can use. And so I created this one just as a sample, and I made the inserts double so I could have some additional space on the inside for pictures and journaling. So it's basically the same book, but just two combined and then wrapped with the cover. So I'll just show you very quickly how sweet this is. This is the Arcadia collection. It was a DCWV paper pad from Michaels, and I really liked the softer, more boho colors. And so it does have all the same flips and inserts, and I covered all the pockets. So we have different combinations of similar color patterns with a very stylized kind of flowers and geometric. So I thought that was really cute. And because I combined two, of course I have two sets of all of the inserts, so plenty of room in here. It's very chunky. You can see how thick it got, and that makes me happy. This is going to fill in even more when all the pictures and stuff are added, so it's going to get a little bit of a wedge shape, and that makes me pretty happy. I like chunky mini albums. If you want to keep a more simple shape, I would maybe add inserts that aren't folded so that you could reduce a little bit of the paper, but this is how I like mini albums, really heavy and chunky and thick. And then I just finished it with some of the cut apart for the inside. I made these flowers to coordinate, and then simple little charms and sequins and a button, and it all ties up perfectly with this pretty diamond satin ribbon from Really Reasonable Ribbon. So for today's tutorial, we're gonna make the bags for the party favor bag portion of the base, and then I'll link in the description the first video where we finished it and added all of the inserts. So stick with me and we'll make this together. So once I determined that I was going to have to make the bags if I want to recreate this base, I next had to figure out what I wanted to make it out of. And so I considered parchment or wax paper or butcher paper, and I thought all of those might be a little bit too shiny of a surface for the adhesives to stick to. And ultimately, I decided on just regular old printer paper. This is the one that I have in my house. I think it's 20 20 or 25 pound paper. It's pretty thin, and you definitely want that to reduce the bulk and the poofiness. I don't know if you've ever tried to make folded sections with 65 pound weight cardstock. It does get bulgy, and so you want to reduce as much bulk as possible. This is really simple, and each of the bags is going to take one full 8.5 by 11 sheet. And so it only takes a couple of score lines and then a little cutting, and you'll be making these bags pretty easily. So the first thing I want to do is line up the long side along the top. This paper, for some reason, seems a little bit more slidey on this surface of my scoreboard. So I'm going to be much more aware and careful to keep it in place as I score. And I'm also going to be more careful when I put my score lines in, because it's thin. You don't want to press all the way through. So I have found that two smaller rows will get the same crease without it punching through the paper. So I'm going to hold this to the corner and score my first line at 3 inches. And then the next line is going to be at 8, because remember our bag from the original design was 5 inches wide. So this is going to be the overlap that we need to seal it. And then I'm going to turn it on to the short side. I found again that it's easier to score from the right and hold most of this paper in place while I work. Now, maybe that could be different if you're left-handed, but for me, this worked out better. And I'm gonna score in 3/4 of an inch. And then I'll flip it around and do another 3/4 of an inch. So now we're going to have the portion that sticks up and then the portion that wraps around the bag to seal it up. I've already marked where I'm going to cut out for the tabs, and I have cut mine for my book that I created with my guillotine cutter, just so that I could get that a nice even straight line. I'll just go ahead and cut it with my scissor here to demonstrate, but you want to just go all the way up to where those score lines intersect. And so just take your time and do this. You don't need a guillotine cutter, but I think it just turned out a little bit nicer looking. So you want to go around the whole way and remove those 4 corners. I did that for this one already. And then I wanted to mention one more thing about this thinner paper. When I glued my first attempt together, I did notice that there was some glue making some dimensional bumps here, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna reinforce that before I get started. This is just some 65 pound weight cardstock that was offcut from cutting the inserts, and I cut it to be just a sliver under 5, just barely. I want it to not interfere with the fold lines here, but this little bit of extra sturdiness is definitely going to make our book a lot nicer, and then it will hide the glue when we get to the assembly part. So I just have one little strip of adhesive, and I'll run that across the top and set that into place. So this is going to be the top portion. Before I start assembling, I do want to come in and take off these corners just to make sure that we reduce a little bit more bulk, and also make sure that we don't have any parts sticking out when we go to assemble it. So I'm gonna put a little bit more tape on one side here. And then just fold that second piece over and make sure to get them nice and straight and even. And that will be the sides of the bag. And we do still need to close up the bottom. So one more strip of that tape and we can seal up that bottom portion. You're gonna go back to your scoreboard now and put your score lines in, just like we did with the original bag that was pre-made. So I'm back up to the corner with the sealed edge on the left-hand side. And I'll mark it at 4, and then also at 4 1/4, because we have that 1/4 of an inch to fill with all of the bulk of the inside. So go ahead and fold it on your score lines and make sure that everything just stays nice and evenly lined up as you fold. And then do your second line here. And now you've got one full-size page and then one pocket, just like we had in the original book. So I want to combine two so that we have our 2 pocket pages together. And I've already prepared that one so you can see how I do this. I can remove my scoreboard now, and also I wanted to mention really quickly that I'm working with this pretty Arcadia paper pad. This was from Michaels, and it has a pretty bohemian style. You could use any collection, you could use your scraps, you could use Dollar Tree stickers. I for real am going to be making Christmas and Halloween albums with this design because it worked so well and it was so easy and fun to make. So on the piece that I have prepared already, I did put a row of my double-sided adhesive, and I'll pull the tape from that. I'm going to go in again with my 2-step adhesive combo because this is going to be a bendy part and we want it to be well secured. So I'll just bring in my Tombow and put a line a little bit in from the edge so that it doesn't squeeze out. Then I'll bring this pocket to the corner and match it up. The hardest part is keeping your fingers out of the glue, but it's pretty easy to set your corner and then line up the side and the bottom, and that will keep everything nice and straight and even. Okay, so for the original book, this is where we stopped and we put the cover on. I wanted to try another section to see if we could get 4 pockets, and so I prepared another one here, and I'll join those just the same way with my 2-step glue process. Next, I want to see if I can find some thinner paper in different colors. I think I want to do like reds and maybe black or orange for Halloween and red and green for Christmas. Just something to have a little bit of variety. Although I don't mind using cardstock, I think it would be fun to see how many different bags that we can make with this design. And so once again, just bring your corners together and then match the side and bottom. That keeps everything in place, and then press that just a bit so that you get a little bit of contact there while the glue sets up. I have already put double-sided adhesive all along the spine. You would do the same process for both the back and the front cover, and here's where we can stop this portion of the tutorial, and you can check out part 1 on how to put your cover on because we've already done that this week. So we don't need to take the time to do that again, but I'll link that in the top of the description so it will be easy to find. I had 110-pound cardstock in white color, so I chose that. And so you would pick whatever color works for your project. But now you would have a nice sturdy cover. You would have your page for your flip and your pocket page, and then another pocket here, another flip, and 2 more pocket pages. So basically we're doubling the amount of space on the inside of this little book to finish it. So here is my finished book again. I really hope that this helped everyone so that you can recreate this style of base. If you did enjoy it, maybe we can revisit the inside of this one with some different inserts and see if we can alter it a little bit and have a little bit more variety with this base. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this bag tutorial. Make sure you give me a big thumbs up for this video. You can find links for all of our social medias in the description below. And if you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.